The NASCAR community is still reeling after the heartbreaking loss of Kyle Busch.
One of the most accomplished and outspoken drivers in racing history has died at the age of 41 following what his family is calling a severe illness. Our Julia Morris joins us now as tributes continue to pour in from speedways from Charlotte to Anderson, South Carolina. Julia.
Jane and Nigel, Kyle Busch was one of the most iconic drivers in the sport. Known by his nickname Rowdy, he was entertaining, he was polarizing, he was also a family man. His wife Samantha, son Brexton, and daughter Lennox were fixtures at his races. Earlier this year, Busch and his son made a visit to Anderson Motor Speedway. They both competed in U.S. Legends cars, which served as the first time the father and son had raced together at the Anderson track. Future Hall of Famer was a two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, winning 234 NASCAR National Series races, the most races of any driver in the sport. The staff at Anderson Motor Speedway say they were devastated to hear the news of Busch's passing.
It's gut-wrenching. From a race fan perspective, it hits you in your heart. From knowing he's a father, I'm a father, to understand what his children, his wife are going to go through, his family, his siblings, it's just devastating.
Charlotte Motor Speedway also said Busch was a once-in-a-generation competitor whose grit, unmistakable driving style, and relentless pursuit of excellence elevated him to a place among the very best drivers in the sport. Dale Earnhardt Jr. also posted a tribute to Busch on social media. I'll have more on that coming up in sports.
Let's look outside of our Woodruff Road Skycam. We've got heavy rain and lots of them coming through our area. Coming up, I'll show you what you can expect for the weekend.
Oconee County Deputy Lucas Watts and his family are reacting after the sentencing of Gregory Maxwell. On Thursday, Maxwell was found guilty by a jury on 6 counts of attempted murder, among other charges, following a traffic stop in November of 2023. During that stop, Maxwell shot Watts, nearly killing him. The judge handed down the maximum sentence for the charges, which totaled 183 years in prison. The family of Corporal Watts posted on Facebook after yesterday's sentencing. The post saying in part, "Our faith has sustained us through the darkest days. We know God's hand has been over our family every step of the way. This chapter has been closed, but we will forever be affected by the evil acts performed on that day."
Also happening in downtown Greenville, a local business is having a fundraiser for the Munoz family after a crash left 5 people dead. It happened last week on Highway 101 near the Bellevue Road extension. Sergeant Diana Munoz of the Greenville Police Department is still recovering from the crash. Diana's wife, Sergeant Ashley Munoz, and Diana's parents, Arturo and Maria Munoz, all died in the crash. Today and tomorrow, a portion of sales will be given to the GoFundMe set up for Diana. Deborah Wyatt and Max Wyatt Jr. were also involved in the crash that were killed. Details surrounding what happened are still being investigated.
And still to come, a Gray Court neighbor and contractor uncovering why sinkholes have been coming into his yard for years. He says he's worried his neighbors are resting on ticking time bombs.
Rain and thunder, part of the equation over the next 12 hours. Coming up, I'll show you what you can expect for the rest of the weekend.
Tonight, the heartbreaking new details we're learning about driving legend Kyle Busch's final days. We talked to his friend Jimmy Johnson as tributes pour in. Plus, the Pentagon declassifying more UFO files. The new incidents we're hearing about tonight on Nightly News.
A homeowner in Gray Court spent thousands of dollars and years of his life trying to uncover the root cause of sinkholes in his yard.
With the help of a contractor, we've now learned it was 20 feet of buried trees under his property, causing the depressions around his home. We first brought you this story about a year ago when concerns were raised about potential impacts on nearby properties and an active railway line. Now, he wants his neighbors to be wary of what could be hiding underneath the soil. Our Caitlin Ashbaugh has the story. It's all new at 6.
It's something that we were not expecting.
A headache for Jeremy Welsh turned monstrosity. The family's home of only 6 years left a muddy mess.
We have to do layers and then compact each layer as we go. It's like 52.5 trucks that are supposed to come, dump trucks, to a single family residence. It's insane. It's insane. It's 1,000 tons of dirt.
This started out as a 3-foot sinkhole, but digging deeper beneath the soil revealed 20 feet of buried trees underneath the foundation of a brand new home. You can see roots cropping out of the clay. Welsh discovered the issue with the help of Mike Nickel, a contractor who knocked on his door.
And it was not brought to anybody's attention before we bought the house, or we wouldn't have bought the house. So they had to have known about this You know, this isn't something that just appears out of nowhere.
And who's bearing the burden to patch it back together?
It's my issue.
South Carolina law books put the burden on the buyer, according to a real estate attorney we spoke with. It's not a question of legal or illegal, but it is negligence versus the intentional lack of disclosure.
If we don't get it fixed the right way, who's going to buy the house?
Welsh doesn't plan to sell his home after putting this much work into it.
Money into the ground. There's no return on this.
How much has it costed you?
I'm going to give you an estimate about $30,000.
He is worried about his neighbors and if they're sitting on ticking time bombs.
Their family, a lot of them have multiple kids. And a lot of them probably don't even realize that this is what they're up against. The cavities and the dirt falling away from underneath. And it's not something that you can just throw dirt on top of and say it's going to go away. It's going to get worse.
Reporting in Gray Court, Caitlin Ashbaugh, WYFF News 4.
Well, the school year is wrapping up for many districts all across our area, and tomorrow night we are saying thank you and congratulations to our 2025-2026 Golden Apple Award winners. We invite you to join our Destiny Chance at 8 o'clock for Golden Apple Awards, saluting our teachers. We'll revisit our 30 weekly Golden Apple winners and name our top 5 finalists and Teacher of the Year. So be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 8 o'clock for Golden Apple Awards, saluting our teachers.
The Garden Jubilee will fill the streets of downtown Hendersonville this weekend. Tomorrow and Sunday, home gardeners can stock up on annuals, perennials, trees, herbs, and fruits and vegetable plants. With more than 150 vendors, it's one of the largest gardening shows in the region. The hours are 9 to 5.
Lake Lure is back open to the public, this for the first time since Hurricane Helene hit. This weekend, the Lake Lure Beach will welcome back guests. Since Helene, officials have cleared more than 100,000 cubic yards of debris. Chris?
As we look outside right now, we've got temperatures that are in the 60s. We got one round of rain over us now with another one that's a little bit more fierce trying to work in through northeast Georgia. This is pushing off toward the northeast. We'll be watching this closely for folks in Toccoa, Carnesville. And again, this is moving over an area that's already had storms, but we got to watch this atmosphere. We've got some boundaries and a lot of moisture moving in. Heavy rain, a big threat with lots of cloud to ground lightning happening in many locations like Abbeville and Greenwood for round 2 or 3. We got some rain and storms across western North Carolina with more back toward the south trying to work on in, and this is going to be par for the course as we have both of these lines working up from the southwest. We'll be watching them very closely using our very own Doppler tonight. 64 in Greenville is 70 in Anderson, 63 in Spartanburg, and 62 with rain in Asheville. Other temperatures are in the mid 70s the farther southwest you go. That boundary was a little bit concerning earlier as we were in the low 60s across most of the upstate while pushing 80 down here. That was leading to quite the contrast in air masses. Well, tonight will all fall down to the mid 60s, and tomorrow's almost a carbon copy of today. On and off rain and thunderstorms possible at any time during the day, but the most favored time is that 3 p.m. through 7 p.m. time. In the mountains, you may wake up to some early rain, but certainly that chance in the evening. 70 in Asheville, 72 in Greenville, kept cooler because of the clouds and early shower chance. Here we are through midnight tonight. That rain continued to surge into the area here, heavy at times. And as we go toward tomorrow morning, waking up to a few downpours here and there. Deeper in the forecast, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening we go. We've got some heavy rain and thunder pushing on through the area through 6, 7, 8 o'clock. And then we simmer things down again, only to do it again by Sunday afternoon. And this is what we're going to do next week. We start off mainly dry, end the day wet as the afternoon and the heat kind of kickstarts things. Let me show you the flood risk here across parts of western Carolinas into North Georgia. We're in a level 2 medium risk for flooding because of the repeated downpours. We're having what we call training, where a cell sets up over and over again. That could lead to an additional 1.5 inches of rain just tonight alone. Then you add in tomorrow's rain. We're close to 3 inches by the time we wake up Sunday morning. Add in Monday's rain. By the time you get to Tuesday, we're pushing 4 inches. And get this, with rain continuing most afternoons next week, we could get to this time next week and end up with close to 6 inches across parts of the area. So the 4-day looks like this. We got heavy rain, not at every second of the day, but we're going to see it. Then it's back to mainly the afternoon hours, Sunday through next week. You'll find some dry time, maybe even a little bit of sunshine from time to time, but you can count on rain to be part of the equation, especially high through Tuesday, but then a 60% chance through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Chris, thank you. Tributes continue to pour in for NASCAR driver Kyle Busch, who passed away yesterday at just 41 years old.
Just a devastating loss for the sports world and the NASCAR community. You'll hear from one of Busch's racing teammates and what Dale Earnhardt Jr. had to say about Busch's passing coming up. Plus, the Powdersville boys soccer team look to repeat as 3A champions.